From toilets to shower heads to light bulbs, does it seem like some things don't work as well as they used to? Jeffrey Tucker of the American Institute for Economic Research says you're not imagining it. He tells us the reason why, starting with today's gas cans with a design mandated by the federal government. This is the offending gas can.
Now you go to the store, this is what you're going to get. The thing is that I think this has to rest up against the spout you're pouring it into. So I don't even know if we're going to be able to pour anything like out of here. So, oh, there we go.
It's leaking on your shoe.
Oh, it is?
Sorry.
Oh,
yes.
Wow. Oh, well, there you go. Did we fail to? Okay, let's try.
All
Well,
right.
we're already in trouble with the EPA. We see here. All right, now, here's the idea.
Okay.
Now you can see that we're not actually getting that much. So you stand here for like 3 minutes, and then you, well, surely that's enough. And so you begin to pour it out, but then it's kind of, and then it's spilling it. Where you're like, wait, no, stop. And then, wait, it's not quite full, so you have to start again.
So let's see if I can do this.
Well,
I gotta push this thing. Hold on. Hold on.
Well, maybe you should pretend like.
There, I'm doing.
Well, that's fine, but you know what? That's not where your gas is.
Okay.
So it really got to be to the side like this. That's the only way you can do it. And then when it starts getting towards the bottom, you're gonna have to maybe put it upside down.
Yeah.
Now you've got a real problem, so maybe you should go like this.
Okay.
I don't know.
All right.
I wish we could just go back to the old gas cans. If you have one in your garage, hold on to it. Well, the background is that I have a long history of realizing if something is irrationally wrong with a product, like it's just not working right, and you can't figure out why, it probably has something to do with government regulations. So that's the background. But I've never found an exception to this, right? But one day I was driving around and I ran out of gas because my gas gauge broken. So I had to call the local gas station. And I asked the guy if he could bring me some gas. And so he did. And so he gave me a gas can, and I began to try to use it. And next thing you know, there's gas spilling all over the place. And I was looking at this thing, I said, "Sir, this is the worst gas can I've ever seen." He goes, something along the lines of, "I know, it doesn't work. It's the worst gas can ever. I have no idea why they changed it." And I thought, So as soon as I got my gas, I got in my car and I drove back to where I needed to be and looked up on the internet what happened to gas cans. Government regulations have been changed. In 2009, the EPA had redesigned our gas cans and eliminated the old normal gas can and replaced it with this crazy contraption.
Tucker says government bureaucracy and regulations are behind toilets that don't flush well, shower heads that trickle, light bulbs that don't light right, laundry detergent that doesn't clean well, dishwashers that leave spots, and water heaters that don't make water hot enough.
But these are the sorts of things that affect the quality of our life on a daily basis. Does your ice maker actually make ice? Does your iron work? And this is all because of these regulations. Isn't it strange how much regulations sort of secretly control all the things we use in our life and we don't even know it? And they'll never roll it back, so they never face any real pressure. So there's no way to revert it. Whereas normally in private enterprise, if you design something that doesn't quite work right, people stop buying it, and that's the end. So there's a mechanism that corrects for errors. But when government's doing it, we don't seem to have any way to fix it.
What would you say to people who say this is all a well-meaning effort to protect us from dangers and to protect our environment, and this is all for our own good?
I think they believe this. These are well-intended. The problem is that the bureaucrats have inordinate power. And if they make a mistake, there's really nothing that can be done about it. We end up having to spend the rest of our lives like working around them. And I don't think that's a good way to live. We used to have gasoline cans that worked well. And then we created this innovation that doesn't work as nearly as well. Isn't that so strange? It's man's inhumanity to man, I tell you. It really is.
Tucker says in the same way you can count on government bureaucrats messing things up, you can also count on free enterprise to correct things. There's apparently quite a market for adapters and contraptions to make the government gas cans work better.